So I've consulted with probably over a dozen companies and personal brands at this point in the industry, and I found out that these are the three main ways that people are making money with jiu-jitsu. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Dan Jerk. I scaled my last business to 1.9 million, but jiu-jitsu is a real passion of mine, so now I'm sharing what I learned over the past few years with you. Method number one is obviously instructionals. Everybody sees, the big players on Instagram, the Craig Jones, the Gordon Ryan, selling their instructionals on BJJ Fanatics, and most of them are making pretty good money. The only issue with this model that I see is BJJ Fanatics is the main player in the industry, the main marketplace on if you want to buy instructionals. Their website probably gets about 50 to 60,000 searches per month just for people looking for jiu-jitsu instructionals. So the people who are making these instructionals, when they host it on BJJ Fanatics, if they don't have a very large audience, they'll actually be able to capitalize on the people that are just randomly searching the website. Now, most people that have instructionals on that website on BJJ Fanatics are kind of screwing it up a little bit because they're not pinpointing their instructional with something very specific. It's either, learn this half guard, or learn my way on how I do close guard, or learn how to do arm bars from every position, things like that. What people really should be doing when they're selling instructionals is they should be picking a specific avatar of a type of person and then teaching them something related to jiu-jitsu that you are obviously good at and that you can teach. So for example, if you're a person who's like 45 plus and you're very good at, slowing the game down and using frames in gi or no gi so that this way the older people can still compete with the younger, more athletic people, especially those young athletic white belts that just come in and start training and try and beat up all the 40-year-old dads who have like 3 kids and a full-time job, that might be something that you target your instructional towards. Now, Bernardo actually did a great job with this because he was marketing like old guy jiu-jitsu, probably like their most popular recent instructional that they just launched. But you could take a lesson from that. Find out what type of unique life experience that you have, and then combine that with your unique experience of knowing and being decently good at jiu-jitsu, creating an instructional around that, and then selling it to that unique avatar, particularly online. Instagram is the most popular right now. Facebook and YouTube are close seconds. And then TikTok, you can use videos to gain traction so that people start to know, like, and trust you so that they do end up buying your instructional. But you don't need to host it on BJJ Fanatics. You definitely can, and it's a good medium to sell your instructional on. But what I would usually suggest for people who are trying to sell and create a jiu-jitsu instructional is set up a very simple website. Don't even film what you're going to sell first. Start making content and gaining an audience. Then, when you're making the content, see what people want. And depending on the type of comments or the type of people that follow you or watch your content, you can then think in your head what you should be creating based off real market data. Method number two is another obvious one. It's having some type of gym or creating a jiu-jitsu gym where people will sign up, become members. You have kids classes, adults classes. Maybe you and somebody else partner together so that you don't have to teach all the classes. And this is another very popular way on how people make money. Now, the thing is, you really should be like a brown belt or a black belt, or at least be partnered with somebody who has, good jiu-jitsu experience. But the other issue that I see with creating a gym is most people don't create a good culture within their gym. So they just get random people that walk in off the street. They'll try a free trial class and then they'll completely go ghost, or they won't sign up. And this is a huge problem in the industry. The marketing and sales skills needed to run a successful jiu-jitsu gym is not difficult to achieve, but people usually do it the wrong way. Now, the gyms that you see that are very popular, that have no trouble scaling, growing, or paying their bills or making profit, are typically two types of gyms. One is a gym that has been around for a very long time, and they'll typically do some type of dojo format. They're very big on belts. They have a cult-like mentality, And the people who train there are probably not that great. They only go to local tournaments. They don't go to any like opens, or they don't go to like any national tournaments. They're typically like okay, they're in the mid-range of like being good at jiu-jitsu, but they have that cult-like following, so they do very, very well and they make a lot of money. It's typically kind of like a cult. The second type of gym that you see that does very well is usually a gym where the head instructor has a very large personal brand. So I have a few gyms close to me in New York that I can pinpoint right away that they're successful because of the head person that's running it. So Mateus Lutez, he has a gym near me, phenomenal. Jason Rao, he has a gym near me, phenomenal. These people, they have large followings, especially in their local and national area, and people know, like, and trust them, so they just want to train with them. A key example of this is Gordon Ryan's new gym, Kingsway Jiu Jitsu, or the Craig Jones B-Team collaboration gym. People up and move their entire life to those areas to join that gym, so they don't have trouble making money. So you either have to build a cult or you have to have a large personal brand, but there is another way to do it. If you decide to create a gym, just on paper, put some brand guidelines and what type of culture you want to set for the gym before you do anything else. And you could do this in a few separate ways. Just like you're selling the jiu-jitsu instructional, you want to find out what type of people do you want in your gym. Do you want primarily cops, first responders, the people who are working those odd hours and can train during the day? Do you want just competitors? Do you want it to be a very kid and family friendly gym? Do you want it to be primarily women based so that women have a great place to train? You need to figure that out and who your avatar is for the people who join the gym. Once you figure that out, collaborate on a team and a marketing plan on how you're going to reach these people, whether it's going to be social media, whether you're going to drop flyers, whether you're going to go to your local schools, whether you go to other businesses that have your local avatar and try and partner with the person there and say, hey, listen, I'm looking for a lot of women to join my gym because I am a woman-friendly gym. I have another head instructor who's a woman. She's a mother of 3 and she's been competing now on a national level for the last 10 years. She's going to be the head instructor for the women's class. Maybe you go to an Orange Theory Fitness. Maybe you go to a spin cycle class, and maybe you partner with the person that runs that and say, hey, listen, for anybody that signs up for the first 3 months, I'll give you a 20% kickback on the sale. Something like that. So you need to create the avatar of the people that you're going to want to join your gym before you ever do anything else with the gym, and then stick to that goal and make sure the gym represents the brand guidelines that those people would typically follow. Now, the third way, and this is a completely new one that I'm seeing, but it's like blowing up, is creating some type of a community to do some type of online coaching. So take the online fitness coach type industry and just mix that with jiu-jitsu. There is a platform called School right now. If you go on school.com and you look up jiu-jitsu communities, there's a ton of high profile people on there that are creating communities, and they're getting people to join their communities on a subscription basis. They're typically anywhere between like $20 upwards to like $200 a month. And what they're doing is they're doing online personal coaching for jiu-jitsu. And it could be a few separate things that they're doing the coaching for. They could be doing coaching for actual technique. They could be doing coaching for mindset. They could be doing coaching for strength and conditioning, but it's all relating to jiu-jitsu. So again, just like method number 1 on selling instructionals and method number 2 on opening a gym, you need to figure out who is your unique avatar and who are you going to be selling your product or service to, and then base your community around that so that it speaks primarily to them. So there's a key theme with the 3 ways that people are making money in jiu-jitsu here, and that is one of 2 things. Number 1 is they have their audience and their target customer clearly defined and they do not stray from it. Number 2 is they have some type of personal brand so that they can grow an audience. Now, there are different ways that you can market these products or services in the jiu-jitsu space. You could do it organically on social media, you can partner with people, or you could just run ads. Running ads is a very effective way to gain customers as well. But it all starts with figuring out what you're going to sell in order to make money in jiu-jitsu and who you're going to sell it to. If you don't have those 2 things down, then nothing else matters. Now, if you just listen to those 3 methods and you're trying to pick one, or you're trying to figure out how you can scale the one that you already have, I created a challenge for people just like you. They could sign up. It's completely for free, and it's going to be able to get you to start or grow the way that you're making money in the jiu-jitsu industry right now. So if you want to start making money in jiu-jitsu with either of those 3 methods, or you want to figure out how you can grow the way that you're making money in jiu-jitsu right now, then tap the link in the description and hopefully I'll see you there.